Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. I hope that you all had a very good Thanksgiving. All right, so hopefully you guys had a good time with your families and friends, that you all stayed safe. And obviously this is the day after Thanksgiving. Let me go ahead and make a really quick announcement before I get on with the video. First, I know I was going to do my very last spam review this week, but I'm going to save it till next week because I really don't want to look at food right now. But just for all of you to know, I had a great Thanksgiving. We spent it with some friends and, of course, my family. And they're really kind of like some of our very best friends. So it was a very good time, very enjoyable. And I want to say thank you to them for having us because, like I said, we had a great time. And I hope that you all did as well. Wanted to review one of these for those of you that maybe don't know about it, because I think that it's a really good, fire starting kit for your average person that doesn't really have a lot of fire starting skills. And it's just something that you can take and throw into your vehicle or into your bug out bag or whatever it is that you want to throw it in. And there's a few things that I would do with this, just a tiny bit different, not change anything to it, but add a couple of things to it. Right, so in addition to that, we're also going to do a real quick mail call, and I think you're really gonna like what I've got to show you. So thank you very much for joining in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the Central Florida Preppers fire starting kit that he sells, and I will go ahead and leave a link to where you guys can get some of these fire starting kits. Don't quote me on this, but I think that they retail for around $16 or so, and I think shipping is a few dollars on top of that. However, if you want to check them out after watching this video, go ahead and click on the link below. I am not getting anything for this whatsoever, okay? I am not associated with making any revenue off of promoting this kit, so that you know. All right, I'm doing this because I like the kit. I'm not going to review it as far as actually starting fires with it. The reason for that is because Central Florida Prepper has already done a video on that, and he did a very good job demonstrating to you how you can use all of the contents in this kit in order to start fires in all of the different ways that are available in this kit. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to show you what comes in it, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things that I would do in addition to having this that I think would make this more efficient and give you more ease of use. So let's get started by going ahead and cutting this open. As you can see, it comes in a vacuum sealed bag with a piece of cardboard in the back, which can also be used as tinder to start fire. So don't throw this away if you get it. Keep it. So like I said, it comes in a vacuum sealed bag, and from what you can see out here, you've got some weatherproof matches. You've got some regular matches. You've got some petroleum jelly infused pads here. They're like little cotton pads. You have a tea light. You have a magnesium ferrorod combination bar. And you have some, I would guess you can call it ethanol / methanol jelly that will allow you to start fires as well. So let's cut it open. And I do believe that CFP, Central Florida Prepper, also did a test where he took this bag, the entire container, and submerged it in water for, I think, a full day. And the insides were still nice and dry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, since I am reviewing this, let me go ahead and show you the warnings on this, being that there are flammable contents in this kit. There is your warning label, so please go ahead and take a quick minute to freeze the screen and read it. That way you know what's entailed before you order this. Now let's go ahead and open this up. And that's everything in it with the exception of the cardboard. Oh, I think I missed something here. Okay, I did miss something. I missed it also comes with a small Ziploc bag inside of it, which is nice to have. Okay. And as you can see, we've got our garden variety tea light, which is a great thing to help you start a fire because the tea light will stay on longer than a match. All right, and it's usable many times. As well, you can see that you have some waterproof matches, and what I like about these matches is that they're not only waterproof, but they're also windproof. So you can literally take one of these matches, light it, and after you light it and it's lit, you can literally dip it inside of water, take it back out, and it will turn back on. And like I said, Central Florida Prepper shows this on one of his videos where he's reviewing this fire starting kit. And also in the back, you can see that it comes with a striker, right? So you can strike your matches. Same thing with the regular matches. These are regular kitchen matches. This is something that you would want to use if you had low wind, right? If you had low wind and you had a lot of good dexterity in your hands. Because remember, if you're building a fire out of necessity, more than likely it's because it's a little bit cold, right? And your hands lose some of their dexterity. So now if you're building a fire and it's not super cold, you're building it because you need to heat water or cook food, this would be a good option to use before using your wind and waterproof matches. And as I pointed out, there is a petroleum jelly infused pad in here. It's like a cotton pad. And the good thing about this is that I believe it's one pad in there, but you can just tear pieces out of it, and it is very effective in keeping a fire going while you're getting your tinder and all your other pieces of wood lit up. Another very nice thing to have in this kit, I think, is the jellied ethanol and methanol packet. This is kind of like the stuff, I'm not going to say that it is because I don't know, but this is kind of like the stuff that you would find inside of some of those sterno cans. So really, all you need to do is just cut a little slit on this, or what I would do is I would cut a little slit on this and just squeeze out what I needed and made sure that I had like a piece of tape to fold the flap over and tape it shut. That way it can be good for my next use. Let's see. And of course, he went ahead and provided you with some tinder. Okay, so I'm going to be back here in a second and I'm going to show you guys what things I would add to this in order to, I can't say make it better, but in order to make it easier for you to use. There's a couple of things in fire starting that I think you ought to have all the time. So we'll be right back. So ladies and gentlemen, what I am going to do to add to this kit is a couple of simple things and something that I thought of a while back, and I thought this was a great opportunity to share with you all to actually make this kit your own. I don't want to say better than it is because I haven't really changed anything in it. I just did a little bit of prep work with the kit. So the first thing that I would do after purchasing this kit is I would get a 1 gallon size Ziploc bag. Preferably the ones that are made for the freezer, because those, in my experience, I think are a little sturdier and would hold up more. And the reason I say that is because I would take the entire pack, I would take the entire starter kit, I would put it in this Ziploc bag, and then should I ever have to open it, in case you didn't open it, in case you just had it in your vehicle or your bug out bag or whatever, I would have something that I can still seal up and put everything in here. One thing that you'll have to remember is that these wood shavings, they're vacuum sealed, so when it opens up, it's going to expand in volume. So it's going to take up a lot more room than what this bag will afford you to have with it not being vacuum sealed. So you're going to want to make sure you have something to be able to put that in. So that's why I recommend that you go ahead and get your 1 gallon bag. Now the Ziploc bag that's included in the kit, I would use this bag to put in all of my, small accessories over here. Okay, that's what I would use this bag for. Now, another thing that I would add to this is, so you would have to put yourself in a situation where it's really, really cold, right? And the colder that it gets outside, the less that you can function with your fingers. You lose a lot of your dexterity as far as being able to hold something, precision hold something. So it might be very difficult for you to start a fire even if you have a match. So the next thing that I would add to this kit is I would add not just a lighter, but I would add a lighter where all you have to do is push down. See, this lighter, all you have to do is push down and it starts. And no matter how cold it is outside, you should be able to have enough dexterity in your hands to go like this, right? Instead of trying to start a lighter like that. And the reason I would add a lighter is because when you're needing to build a fire out of necessity, ladies and gentlemen, there's no cheating in survival. You do whatever you have to do, right? So why not have something in your kit that would allow you to start a fire as easy as possible? Okay, it's really cool to say, yeah, I started a fire in the middle of nowhere with a bowstring and a piece of wood, you know, but in reality, if you really needed to start a fire because it was some kind of an emergency, you would really want to start that fire as quickly as possible. And this right here, combined with maybe some of the wood chips or some of the jelly that CFP's kits provides, I think would be a great addition. The last thing that I would remember your magnesium and ferrocerium rod combination here. So what I did is I took an old cheese grater that I have and I grated some of this and ended up with this right here. See that? Now you can do as little or as much as possible. This right here would probably be enough to start like 2 or 3 fires. You take this and you put it in the bottom of your small Ziploc bag along with your other accessories, and then all you would have to do is take some of this and sprinkle it on top of whatever it is that you wanted to catch on fire, instead of having to stand out there and scrape it to get those shavings. You already have some shavings, and you can see I shaved off a pretty decent amount. And like I said, you can do this however you want. You can do this with a knife at home. You know how you would do it. You can just grate it off with a knife at home. In my case, I had an old cheese grater that I wasn't using, and I just took this and I brought it down the side of the cheese grater. That's like the second to finest setting, right? And it's very easy to do. And this will not damage the cheese grater because this here is a lot softer than the stainless steel that is used for the cheese grater. So that's the last thing that I would do to make this kit somewhat more versatile. And I think that in an emergency type of situation, you really don't want to take the time to grate these shavings with a knife or with the grater that it comes with the little stick it comes with. You would rather have this ready to go so that you can just sprinkle it on top of what it is you're trying to start on fire. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is a great little tool, a great little kit to have, and that it would definitely serve a purpose should you ever need to start a fire from scratch. And it's already done for you. And these are the types of items, ladies and gentlemen, that is intended for someone that maybe doesn't have the skill to produce these things, right? Because they don't know what it is that they should have, all right? Or for someone that just doesn't have the time, because you can go out and purchase all of these things different, but more than likely you'll have to purchase it in quantity, all right? Because I don't know of many places that just sell this much wood shavings, or I'm not sure how many kits come with just 5 or 6 matches. You'll probably buy one that has 15 or 20. So what CFP did here, in my opinion, is he took something that would take up a lot of room and he condensed it into a small package that you can stick anywhere and always have the availability of being able to start a fire in any kind of an emergency where you would need fire in a hurry. And the things that I added to this kit, it's not trying to tell CFP to change it. His kit is just fine the way it is. And I would imagine that he wouldn't be able to ship this via the mail if he had a lighter with butane in it. I don't know if he would, but it'd probably be more difficult. But these are just a couple of things that you can add and or do by yourself after you receive the kit to make it a little bit easier to use should you really have to use it in an emergency. All right, so having said that, let's go ahead and I want to do a little mail call that I received here in the last week or so. I was waiting to do it until I did another spam review, but I'm not going to do another spam review until next week. And I really want to show you guys what I got. So we'll be right back. So ladies and gentlemen, can any of you tell me what this is? I received the package in the mail here, I don't know, maybe a week ago or so. And I was like, what in the world is this? I wasn't expecting a package from, where it came from. So I went ahead and I opened it. And I opened this up and I was like, oh my goodness. So check this out. This is why I was waiting to show you all this mail call, because I wanted to do it when I was reviewing the last Spam flavor that I'm reviewing. And this is a Spam slicer. So as you can see, you can put your Spam in there, and it's got these little metal strings, almost like one of those egg slicers, but it's a Spam slicer. And the funny thing is that the exact same day that I got this from the post office, prior to that, on that same day, I was actually looking at these on Amazon, and I had put one in my cart, and I had not clicked the buy button yet, or the purchase or place order button yet. And I come home and I see this, I'm like, that is awesome. So I want to thank the person that sent me this. And you know who you are, but I think you're okay with me saying your name, so I'm going to go ahead and say your first name. And this came from Tamara. So Tamara, thank you very much. I also got this. I got the official Hormel Foods Spam Cookbook. Is this awesome or what? And it definitely tells you what you can do with Spam. So ladies and gentlemen, those of you that are stocked up on Spam and don't know how to cook it or what recipes to use, go ahead and pick one of these up. Honestly, I think these may be available on Amazon. I really don't know. I know this is, but I'm assuming that if this is available on Amazon, that this would be as well. So again, thank you, Tamara. I truly do appreciate it. This was a very, very awesome gift that I got. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, if you have the Spam slicer and you have the Spam cookbook, well, you need your Spam coffee mug. And I received this as well in the same package. So there you go, Spam, serving America since 1937. All right, this is pretty awesome. And just so as you know, Tamara, green happens to be my favorite color. So I showed my wife, I was like, look at that. She even sent me one in green, and that's my favorite color. And I mean, the reason green is my favorite color is because to me, it represents life. You know, when all the trees are nice and green, it means that they're vibrant and they're alive. So I can't thank you enough. This will definitely be cherished, and I will definitely have this, I guess you can say, forever or until it falls apart. So thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Try to keep this video a little bit short. I do have a whole bunch of videos that I need to start putting up. I just haven't really put out too many videos this week because of the Thanksgiving holiday. So I'm going to get to work and start putting some up. So I'll expect one here on Saturday, probably one on Sunday, and probably one on Monday as well, 3 days in a row. If not, we might take a day break in between or so, but I definitely do have to do a payday prep because I do have some preps that I added to on this last payday. And I also have a video that's going to take me a while to produce. However, I think it's a very important video. And hopefully I'll get that one done this weekend. It involves a bit of work. So hopefully I'll get that done this weekend and get it out to you guys. And I'm happy to be back here after taking a few days off this week. And I hope that you guys are here joining me as you usually are. So those of you that are still here are definitely my VIPs. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for always being here. You guys are awesome. Love you very much. And I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving holiday. For those of you that may not know, the Oxen Farms Black Friday sale is still going on, and it will go on all the way through the 1st of December. So it'll still be going on tomorrow, which is Saturday, and Sunday. And Emergency Essentials also has a Black Friday sale going on. That's only for today, this Friday. So at midnight tonight, that sale will be over. The Black Friday sale for Emergency Essentials. Personally, I think that the Oxen Farms Black Friday sale is better than the Emergency Essentials. But if you guys are in the market for that kind of stuff, I'd appreciate it if you guys checked out my link. And if you were going to purchase something, you can decide which site to purchase it from, because as far as I'm concerned, they're both pretty decent long-term food storage companies. And depending on what you're looking for, you may find something that is at a very nicely discounted price. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining in. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I am out.